Well, hello again. Yeah, I almost feel guilty about not playing baccarat for over a week, and it's because lately when I've been recording demo sessions with the Wizard of Odds blackjack sim, instead of fleeing, gagging to baccarat when I hit trouble, I just reset the game, simulating, in fact, the whole process of getting up and walking away from a tough shoe and resuming play somewhere else, or if you like, requesting a courtesy shuffle at the same table. Anyway, it's worked out very well. Constantly getting new winning demos. I'm not skipping any, although lots of people out there will accuse me of doing that. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just get going here. And I do enjoy the game now. I didn't used to, but it's so successful. Mostly, I might be pushing my luck there, but anyway, +1 for the win. +1. Double for the tie, which we do if the previous bet is 100 or less. Okay, so now that's 2 lost, so that's 3. And notice the rounding up process. I'm calling it 2 instead of 150, etc. So 2, 3. And we're out of that. No big deal though, because what are we with? Three winning bets and 1 loser. So I love all this stuff over here though. There's just so much information that this sim provides. And I keep saying, and I hope they hear it and do something about it, I wish they'd do a blackjack sim. That's a repeat. That's good. Back to the min. Very, very important to go back to the minimum. +1. 51 now, second. That's good. Repeat that one. Double it for the tie. That's good. Going like gangbusters at the moment, but that can end in an instant. I mean, look at that. We're 8 wins to 3 losses. So we don't exactly get oh, excuse me, double for the tie. +1 for the win. +1 for the win. And we have a max, the plus max I call it. So that's it. 5 units. And we just repeat that. Okay, now we're going to chase that because we didn't get enough of those. So we're going to go after it just by repeating it. Well, that was good. Back to the min. Yeah, we're streets ahead right now. 13 winners to 4 losses. So, I mean, that's just crazy. +1 for the win. 51 is the second bet. Repeat it. 1, 2, second. 3, 4, third. 7, 4, drop. 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, second. That's good. Yeah, my baccarat buddy in Bakersfield, well, that's a lot of bees, isn't it, in California. He looks for biased shoes, and he has this theory that if a shoe is biased at a certain point, then it will remain biased for the rest of the shoe. I think that's stretching it, but it's working for him apparently, so, you know, what can I say? Back to the minimum anyway. +1 for the win. +1. +1. Boy, this is kind of weird, isn't it? What the hell was that? Was that 100? Yeah, it was. And we'll do it again. And we're going to chase that. And we got it back. So back to the minimum. One, two, yeah, 24 to 12. I mean, it's silly, isn't it? I mean, I believe that you're better off doing what I do, which is just, you know, just hang in there, stick with it. But then obviously I believe that what I do is better, so no surprises there. Double for the tie. That would be 1, 2, second. 3, 4, third. 7, 4, drop. I try to make the drop a fifth of the prior bet, of the full bet. So, and then round it up. So 7, drop. And we don't double down, we don't do anything after ties there, so it's still 7. I don't actually now remember what the bottom end is. Oh yeah, 7, 4, okay. Okay, so now 5, 4. 9, 8. Long grass. Approaching. 17 doesn't quite make the rounding up threshold. 17.5 would. So 17, 18. Third. There we go. All right. And, you know, it's not magic, this stuff. It's just common sense. I just looked at a video from a guy who definitely knows better, because he worked in the casino business for 10 years and quite high up in management too. So he knows all about risk assessment. And it's yet another diatribe, denigration, dismissal, whatever, of progressive betting. And it's so, well, disingenuous is a good word, I think, but basically it's just dishonest, because progressive betting is the only way that you can beat these games, but not the martingale, doubling down, doubling down, doubling down forever. Modifications of the martingale, that's exactly what this is. That's what progressive betting is. It is sort of enhanced progressive betting, you could put it like that. Okay, back to the min. Repeat. Yeah, we're at 30 to 18, so that's crazy. Back to the min. Double for the tie. +1 for the win. +1 for the win. That's going to be a repeat, I think. That's good. Back to the min. Double for the loss. One, two. Third. Try that again. We don't increase that for the tie. 3, 2, drop. 4, 2. 4, 2 it is. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're out of that. Back to the minimum. Yeah, I mean, this guy, Greg, somebody or other his name is, he runs something called Casino Matchmaker. I mean, he's doing something there which is just plain bloody bonkers, crooked. Exposes himself as a promoter for the casino biz, and he's linked to a couple of online sites, but he is definitely not a player guy. He's a Pied Piper, you might say. Where the hell am I? Alright, double for the win. No, +1 for the win. +1 for the win. Got to double that one. I don't have to, but you know, that's my choice. And now we come back down to plus max. Alright, now the next one of those we lose, we eat. And that's it. So, back to the min. We're not greedy. Alright, I mean, that was a piece of piss, wasn't it? Ridiculous. Yeah, I can't help myself. I'm going to snap it, and I'm pretty sure I don't need it, but well, you don't care, do you? Of course you don't. Why would you? Alright, so there's nothing to roll over there. We've got to save the shoe. We'll start another one. 2 shoe sessions are valuable, I think, because you do get shoe biases, and that was very distinctly player friendly. So, back to the min. Not because it's a new shoe, but because that was the right place to be. I think, I'm not sure, I wasn't looking. That's another plus. And that's a double for the tie. That's going to be 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be 5, 6, third. No, it's not looking so good, this one. 11, 6. Drop. 11, 6. 14, 6. 17, 6. 14, 6. 2012. Oi, oi, oi. 8, 9. Come on, player. Okay. 17, 18. Again, we don't quite make it. So 17, 18 it is. Oh, we. Okay, so now we're on 35. 36. So we're going to go 3.5. 4. big money at stake here now. 7.5, 4, and we've basically got to bet. The drop has got to be 2, so 7.5, 4, so let's call it 8, 4, because we're right up there now, and drop 10, 4. This could be very, very nasty. 8, 4, 12, 8. God, we're getting up there, aren't we? It's only the second. Ay, ay, ay. I would run away from this normally, but I just feel obliged to sort of sit through it. 2016. Don't like this much, but there we are. 36, 16. 36, 16. So we've got the minimum has got to be 8. $36, 16. And we're on the drop. Not doubling that. Okay, so 36, 16. So now we're on 28, 30. Critical stage here because of 28, 30 because of the 50 max. 58, 50. Not good, hey. We're at the max now, which means we're at the mercy of this. Okay, so now we drop to 8, 9. Am I doing this right? And we're out. Okay, so the shoe balance, I mean, for the amount of money that we had to put out, that's really poor return. But look where we're at. We're at, we won 8, we lost 14, and simply by winning more when we won than we lost when we lost, we're back in the game. Now let's understand something here about me dropping back to the minimum. I am fully aware, believe me, that you would not easily be able to do that at the table where you've just bet 50,000 and kicked the dealer's arse or kicked the house's arse. But this is just convenience, right? Doesn't matter. It does not matter. We are dealing with outcomes in little bursts, you know, so what we're wanting all the time is 2 wins in a row. Like, for instance, what you see here is, you know, we got 2 wins in a row and we were out of trouble. You know? So, anyway, this is just convenience. Common sense says that it doesn't make any difference at all. So we're back to the minimum and on we go. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51, second. Repeat. 1, 2, second. 3, 4, third. Surely we're not going to get in trouble again, are we? We might. 3, 4, 7, 4, drop. 5, 4. 9, 8. 1, 2. And we're out. Back to the bin. We're plussing now. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. Alexa, stop. Plussing again. That's a repeat. That's a double. Oops. And we're out. Back to the min. Yeah, the whole objective is just to just stay ahead of the game. And it's all about ebb and flow, you know, ping and pong, back and forth, and so on. And we're looking for short bursts to save us. So we had, you know, we've turned around on single wins, all of these along here, and then these two saved our ass, and then we've hit a winning streak here, so we're at 17-22 right now. And it's double for the loss. And that's 1, 2, third. 3, 2, drop. 4, 2. 5, 2. 6, 2. 6, 2. 7, 2. 7, 2 it is. 5, 4. 9, 8. Oh boy. 17. I'm going to call this 17-20 because I'm in a mood for that. Alright, so that was a little bit cheeky, but not very. I mean, you know, the cards don't know, do they? You know, I mean, come on. Bump, bump, ba-dum, bum. We're going just +1ing, aren't we? Plussing. +1. That's again a repeat. So we're good there. Back to the min. 24-31. So we're getting our asses kicked in terms of wins over losses, but double for the loss. Double for the tie. Oh boy. Double for the tie. Okay, that's definitely back to the min. Double for the loss. One, 2, third. 3, 2, drop. 4, 2. 4, 2 it is. Well, we're going to jump to 4, 5, just because we can, because of the tie. 9, 10. Oh, bugger. 9, 10 is where we're at. And we're out of that one. Back to the min. +1. 51 second. 2, 3. We can just squeeze this in. 5, 3. Drop. Not going to print anymore. I've had enough of that. 5, 3. We're going to roll over now. 5, 3. Drop. So we're at 5-3 drop, 6-3, 7-3, 8-3, what do you mean? 9-3, 9-3, 10-3, damn it, 11-3, 12-3, oh dear, 12-3 it is, 1, 2, 3. 9-6. $15, 12. Okay, 15, 16 for the tie. Oh boy. Already? 15, 16, that's 31. 35. Okay. 31, 35. 66. 31, 35. Because I'm doing hundreds here. 31, 35. So that should be 3, 3.5. 3, 3.5. Forgive me for this. Drop. Two. So we should call it 2.5, I think. 2.5 is the turnaround bet. There we go. No, I've done it wrong. Look at that shoe balance there. That's wrong. That should have been 5, shouldn't it? So I got to do, to correct this, I got to do 3. So that's going to be 5, 6. That was a boo-boo. And now we're looking at 11, 12. Owie! Mistakes can be a bitch. 23, 12. And the minimum is, the drop is 5. 23, 12. Okay, so 18, 12 now. Got to go 18, 19 for the tie. Well, let's call it 18, 20. What the heck? We're in the big money tables now. And we're out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to call it quits right here. An interesting session, that. Entirely in line with expectation. But we did have to go to 50,000. And of course, as soon as I get to 50,000, I start thinking, well, okay, I mean, in real play, if I was sort of like going for big time, high rolling recovery and so on, then 50,000 would not be the max. But the main thing is that, you know, what you've seen is you've seen a couple of seriously shitty sessions which have turned around. And we've made, okay, we had a lot of money out at one point. We had, you know, sort of nearly 100,000. So what we've made for that is 6.5% in 29, 28 minutes, something like that. So, you know, that's what it's all about. And if you listen to people like Greg at Casino Matchmaker and others, I think they've all done it at various times. Vegas Matt has done it. I don't think that Mr. Handpay, Jason, has sunk so low. But he's a scattershot better. He's just all over the place. He bets multi-hands. He, swings from, I don't know, sort of like 500 all the way up to 20,000, and he's like the perfect patsy, basically, for the casino biz. He's got absolutely no logic. He plays good basic strategy, but he's just all over the place. And I've got a huge session of his that I'm due to look at, so I'll have to give that a go. Anyway, that's us for now, and I'll catch you next time. But we came out with 6.5%. That's not too bad. 6,500 in half an hour. I'll take it. Well, I would if it was real money. I'll just kind of, I don't know, bask in it. Catch you next time. All right, so I am constantly aware of the fact that the vast majority of gamblers don't care about irritating little bits and pieces like numbers. They gamble to have fun, to encounter excitement and risk and thrills, and very often to get shit-faced and have a great time and just get away from life in general. And that's all absolutely great, as long as they're betting with their own money, nobody else's, no problem. Why not? What the hell? But there are a few people out there who don't do what most gamblers do, who don't gamble to lose with the expectation of losing. And for those 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000 or whatever it might be, I just keep sort of plugging away with my numbers. And this particular session was taken from a video that Vegas Matt put up on July 9th, and it was pretty awful. He had himself breaking even, and I've been back through the bets in my notes and online, and I'm thinking, well, you know what? I don't have him losing more than he says he lost. So the main thing is, okay, let's just just say, okay, I misheard something, misheard a bet, missaw it, miss whatever, and he comes out with a not entirely embarrassing win of sorry about my creaky chair, it's ridiculous, isn't it? I must be putting on weight, I think. He comes out with a not terrible win of 550, which is 2.7% of his total action. His action is 20,650 altogether. Mine, for a profit of 1,375, is a little over half that, 11,950. So he shows a hold, which is the way that the casinos think of what their profit is after a churn of X amount. That's the action obviously is all bets, won or lost. So that you would look down this column here and you see 5 bets there. Total action is 1,400, 1,900, 2,200, 2,500, but 1,100 was won and 1,400 was lost, and that's the way it usually goes. We have a win percentage 318 over 249, a win over loss percentage of 128%, and Matt shows 483, which of course is a bigger amount, over 455, which is 106%. I'll take 128% any day, and what I'm hoping for is always an optimum, an ideal win over loss percentage of 125%. I don't always achieve that, but usually when I fail to achieve it, it's because I've won more bets than I lost. In this particular sample of Alexa, stop. In this particular sample of outcomes, there was one more loss than wins. the house edge comes out at 2.4% against the player. So Matt did well, even if I got his numbers wrong. He did well with a win of 2.7% positive against 2.4% negative, which is the house advantage for this data set. How did we do otherwise? One thing you'll notice is that poor old Matt spent the entire time, or almost the entire time, until the last hurrah down here in the red. And he finally came out, well, as I said, according to my numbers, he came out 550 ahead. Pattern betting, meanwhile, came out 475 ahead at the end of the first skirmish, I like to call them, but you can call them whatever you like: series, set, sequence, I don't know, rumble, contest, whatever. But the most important thing is you get this OK here, which is the signal that we drop back to the minimum bet and we start over. So in that first sequence, skirmish, we lost 4 more bets than we won, but we came out ahead $475. The next one, it was even. We won as many as we lost, or lost as many as we won, and we came out 150 ahead. The next little series, sequence, whatever, -1 behind, but 150 ahead. Down here, 425 ahead against 1 more win than losses. And then down here, 175 ahead. And then down the very bottom here is Matt walking away in mid-series. I mean, we did well anyway. We got to 350 ahead, and then hit a minimum down here. That is wrong. That reading there is wrong. That should be there we go. That should have been reading just that. So we won 175, and we actually okayed out right there. Now you always find, it doesn't matter what you do with these things, you always find out there's a little bit of a mistake here and there, but it doesn't affect the total number up the top, which remains a win of 1,375 versus Matt's 550, if you're being kind. So anyway, that's it. I kind of meant to put a chart in here which shows the lines, but hey, you can see all the red numbers down Matt's column there, coming down to the bottom where he finally comes out. At one point he was exactly as far ahead as me, but then he had to bet the last bet 800 and lost it and walked away, which I find extraordinary. I mean, why would you walk away a loser? But I guess he was just relieved to have broken even or whatever he did. Anyway, end of story. That's it, and I'll catch you next time. Yeah, what I should have emphasized and didn't, so I'm just tacking this on at the end of the last video, is that obviously, I mean, all of the pattern betting bets here are exactly as you see them throughout all the demos that are on the channel right now, going back months and months, weeks and weeks, whatever, because there's another channel that I started which is called Pattern Betting. And this one is just, it's more focused in that it's just demos. But yes, I mean, the bets that you see in front of you here have not been tailored to kick Matt's arse. They are exactly as you will see them, and looking back through the video that's the baccarat video that's attached to this, in which hopefully you've watched every minute of, same story. I mean, what I do frequently is that I round up, because what I'm interested to see is as much profit as possible without being greedy at the end of every single sequence, at every turnaround. And so that's my thing. And as soon as the bet gets above 100, then I round up in increments of 100, and once the bet gets to, or once the down gets into 500 territory, I round up in 500s and then in thousands. After that, it's kind of, it's all about thinking, okay, well, let's just, let's not go crazy here. Let's try and keep the bets down to something sensible. And you will have seen in the video, in the baccarat session that just ended, that there was a point there where we got to the maximum bet for that simulation, which is 50,000. In the real world, with the kind of money behind you that I would have behind me if the funny money that I've been accumulating over many it's going back I don't know how long, it's well over 1 million. If I had that behind me, then all I'd simply do is just politely move to a yet higher rent district, and sort of go to a table where I'm able to bet in the hundreds of thousands rather than small amounts. And what happens, you see, is that little bets are, I've described them many times as being treadwater bets. What you're doing with your little bets is you're kind of just waiting for the wave to come at you, which carries you to the golden sands, to success, to dry land, and so on. I love to use these analogies simply because, this stuff is, even to me, it gets boring after a while, but I have to keep plugging away because I want to hurt the casinos. That's really what I'm about. I want as many people as I can reach to stop and think, okay, it's ridiculous for me to go to the games, to go to these tables with only 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 50,000 or whatever. What I need to have is as wide a spread as I possibly can. So, for instance, for me, the spread with the baccarat game is from 25,000 to 50,000. So that's 1 to 2,000, which is, it's okay. But if you can spread wider, that's better. And the whole point of table limits in casinos, in spite of what shills like the Wizard of Oz will tell you, is not to enable people to enjoy the company of like-minded people and not to be embarrassed by bets that are too small or too large. It is entirely about protecting the casino's bottom line. So they don't want you to spread too wide because they know full well that progressive betting is the only way you can beat them. They know it, they've always known it, and they do their damnedest to encourage players to sort of basically limit themselves, to play within the lines, to stick in their lane, whatever else you want to call it, and to bet according to the script, which basically has them, sort of like bumbling along, backboard, up, down, until suddenly, bang, volatility hits and it's death, and another bankroll is safely in the dealer's tray, and another player is slinking away full of so-called free booze, having just spent more money on booze than he ever has before in his life. And that's how the game works. And so the more money you have, well, money alone won't make you a winner. Money and a strategy like this one will make you a winner, that's for sure. A strategy like this on its own won't help you. Money on its own won't help you. Combine the two and you've got firepower which can blow the casino's bottom line to bits. And don't believe it? Try it. I've provided links in every single one of my videos. I provide links to Baccarat Win Pro and to the Wizard's excellent Baccarat simulation. And I do take issue with some of the things that Mike Shackelford says, because it's pro-casino nonsense. It's things like, the reason that casinos have table limits is to make people more comfortable and so that they're with people who've... It's just crap. It's crap. And it's all about limiting your options so that you will bet within parameters that work for the casino. And if you know, once you recognize that all you do when you hit a table limit is step back, take your money and your numbers, your down and your out, to somewhere else where you have freedom to bet what you need to bet. And if by some nasty chance you have to move again, you know. And any time you choose to stop play because, I don't know, because you need to pee, because the guy sitting next to you has bad breath, because the dealer's an arsehole, whatever, get up and move. Won't make any difference. Shuffles don't matter, cuts don't matter, burn cards are completely meaningless. Just keep plugging away until you see the 1 or 2 bets, winning bets, that you need to turn you around. So there you go. I'm off again, aren't I? Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, hope it's helpful to somebody. You know, all one of you.